However, this week sees the launch of what could become Japan's greatest export, Sony's PlayStation 4. And ironically, the next generation games console has arrived in America first, a fortnight before Europe and several weeks before its scheduled Japanese release date. Mark Chislak has taken one of the new boxes out for a test drive.
The PlayStation 4 almost disappears beneath the TV in the living room. A discreet black box, its anonymous exterior disguising the gaming and multimedia powerhouse lurking beneath its rectangular obsidian exterior. Under the console's skin there's 8GB of system memory and 500GB of storage and a Blu-ray player. The PS4's guts are basically the same as a PC, so it should be really easy to write games for. Certainly much easier to write games for this than it was for the machine that it replaces, the PS3, which made use of the decidedly developer-unfriendly cell processing chip. While physically the console itself is pretty unfussy, the controller has had a bit of a Vegas makeover. You'll notice this large glowing light on the front of it. When it's used in conjunction with the PlayStation camera, it allows the console to know where the controller itself is in three-dimensional space, how it's being held, what its position is. This then means that it can be used as a motion-sensitive device. Another string that's been added to the controller's bow is this little rectangle here, which is actually a touchpad with a click button in it like that, which can be used in some games or multimedia features. There's also a speaker and this, the share button. This allows players to record crucial moments of gameplay and share them online. You know, for showing off when you do something really cool at a game. Sony's always been keen on augmented reality. What we're seeing here is called Playroom. It uses the PlayStation camera and the motion-sensitive controller, as well as the touchpad on the controller. If I swipe the controller like this, little AR robots are birthed into the room. And you can interact and play with your little robots, knocking them over or getting them to wave to us. Not so much a game, more a showcase for how augmented reality could be used in the future on this console. The camera can also be used to log a user into the console via face recognition. A feature that's been added to this console, which will be familiar to owners of the Xbox Kinect, is speech recognition. PlayStation. Home screen. Start. Unfortunately, in comparison to its rival, it has a fairly limited vocabulary at the moment. To get an idea of what games will actually look like on this console, take a look at this. This is Killzone Shadowfall, a science fiction first-person shooter. It pulls every single trick out of the bag to show off the visual virtuosity of this machine. The draw distances are absolutely enormous. And just look at that mist rising over the valley. No skimping on lighting effects either. Visually, this is very pretty indeed. There's a nod to the new controller as well during gameplay. It's necessary to use the touchpad to direct a drone, performing some in-game tasks. These features don't really add a massive amount to the experience and feel ever so slightly tacked on, but they point to the potential of the touchpad in games in the future. The PS4 can of course download and stream high-definition movies and TV shows and browse the web. It makes for a pretty decent entertainment hub, and PS4 content can be viewed and played over Wi-Fi on the handheld PlayStation Vita, although you will need a very stable Wi-Fi connection. It does broadly what the previous machine did, but faster and slicker, and it does look like it's been built with the future in mind. Its controller accommodates touch. There's the prospect of cloud computing acting as a kind of super processor, introducing smarter AI into games. And all of that is before developers have had a chance to really get to grips with creating a truly next-generation experience for this next-generation console.